Hey, this is Alex from Gretel. Today we're going to walk through two new features that we have recently launched for Tabular LLM, including the Inference API, which streams back results in real time to your queries, and also the High Level SDK. So you can get the same synthetic data capability in only 3 lines of code. So pretty exciting stuff. To follow along, go to docs.gretel.ai. We can go ahead and load up our notebooks from there. We'll click on Gretel Models, Tabular LLM, and let's look at the examples section. We're going to look at the Inference API example here. I'm going to go ahead and load it up in Colab so we can run really quickly. Here is everything you need to do to both create synthetic data and then to edit an existing data set all in 1 line of code. So you can see real streamlined reduction in the amount of code that's required. I'm going to go ahead and click Run All, and we'll talk about what's happening. So first, it's going to go ahead and install the Gretel client, which is all you really need here. We'll need our API key, which we can get from Gretel AI in just a second. Next, we're going to instantiate the factory here we're going to instantiate the Tab LLM factory. So just telling Gretel we're going to be using the Inference API, the Tab LLM model. And then we'll get into creating a prompt, which we'll use to create a synthetic data set here. And then as a next step, we'll take that data set and edit it. So it's very similar to when you might choose to augment an existing data set, convert a field from Celsius to Fahrenheit or things like that. So it is booted up. Let's go ahead and grab our API key from Gretel, paste that into the browser, and we should see things here going pretty fast. So we see our prompt, it's ripping through these records, it's generated 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and we see things just like what we look for. We ask for Simpsons, characters, first names, last names, backstories, things like that. We see this example synthetic data set being created. It's quite fast at editing as well. So this is a real popular use case if you're going through a data set and you're trying to add the number of stars to review, or you want to customize it or change the language or anything like that. You can use the TabLM Edit API. So what we're doing here is we are not just passing a prompt in like we did previously. We are passing in an edit prompt and then the data set that we created. And we can pass this data set in data frame or CSV mode. We can tell the model we want to edit the data. So we'll pass in the prompt and the example data set to edit. You can see it goes through here, and it has some pretty funny worst nightmares that sound on brand for The Simpsons. Finally, here we just demonstrate the ability to stream back results for really fast responses. So here we are just asking the model to send us back the records as soon as they've been validated. Note that we do this at a record level. We could do it at a per field level as well. But we're able to validate that the entire field, entire record makes sense, and then send that back so you can have pretty high confidence in your data.